Welcome back to the 90's Guyz podcast. We missed you. My name's Brian.
I'm Jed.
And this is our show.
It is our show.
Episode number 11.
A number uno.
Is that what it is?
I don't know.
Uno?
I don't know. Isn't that what 1 and 1 is?
That's it. You know what? You're probably right.
So
you took Spanish in high school, didn't you?
No. I took French in middle school, and I took a semester of it, and the only thing I remember is the alphabet.
Wow. Okay. Well, hey, thank you for coming back and joining us on this beautiful journey we call the 90's Guyz podcast.
Yes.
Whoop, whoop.
Yep.
We've been having fun with this. We just had our 10th episode before this one, and we talked about, are you afraid of the dark?
And I still am.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I'm actually about to turn off the lights in here. I'm going to see who.
Would you not even joke about
I'm going to do it right now. They're out.
What's touching me?
Oh, sorry about that.
Oh, that's all right.
I snuck over there for a minute. Well, thank you for joining us. Don't forget, subscribe on SoundCloud and YouTube, probably where you're listening now.
Yes.
And also hit us up at the 90's Guyz podcast on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Yep. And if you'd like to, you can email us.
Yep.
At the 90's Guyz podcast.
And actually, I got a note from you today about the email.
Okay.
You said you would like dick pics?
No.
What? You didn't send me that?
No.
Sorry, is this supposed to be a G-rated show?
It is, yeah.
Oh, okay.
You keep making it X-rated.
My bad.
Can we at least do PG-13? With, because there's no wiener in
I'll
that.
fucking think about it.
Oh, we automatically went to R.
Oops. And then in today's episode, in our second segment, we still have a segment right now to do, but in our second, we're going to be talking about one of my favorite cartoons ever, and one of yours.
Brian's pick.
My pick, Dexter's Laboratory.
It is Dexter.
Such a great show.
Yes.
Unbelievable. But before then, I have some questions for you.
I have some answers for you.
Okay. Right answers?
Hopefully.
I don't know. This could be tricky, okay? We're going to play a little game with a short little title. It's 90's Cartoons First Date Aired Game.
That was really short.
You like that?
Yeah.
And actually even has it has some theme music.
Oh.
90's Cartoons. Oop.
Way to go, Brian.
Let me try it again. It's the 90's Cartoon Game.
Much better.
Thank you. All right, so the point of this game is I'm going to name a cartoon, okay? And you're going to tell me whether it debuted in the 1990s or the 2000s.
2000s.
Incorrect.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to tell you, there's some in here that I would not have gotten right.
Okay.
So I think...
So that's automatically 90s.
Exactly. But you're kind of like a connoisseur of useless knowledge, though.
I am full of stupid nonsense that makes no sense.
Yeah, you just proved that right there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So let's start with the first cartoon.
Okay.
We're going to start with SpongeBob.
SpongeBob was 99, so it was the 90s, but it ran into the 2000s. Yay!
That's the correct sound. You got that one right. Okay. Teen Titans.
Ooh, Teen Titans was... is it Teen Titans Go or just Teen Titans?
Teen Titans.
I still think that's 2000s.
Correct.
All right.
Good job. 2003.
Okay.
The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
Ooh, that's a good one. And I'm pretty sure that was... you know what? Was that late 90s? I'm going to have to say... Ooh, that's a good one. Because I can't remember exactly when it came out. I want to say it was late 90s.
Oh, it was the year 2000.
Oh, I should have gone with my gut.
Yeah.
I had a feeling it was going to be that one.
That's a tricky one.
Yeah.
Okay. Here is another one that is one of my favorites of all time. The Wild Thornberries.
That was 90s, definitely.
That's correct.
Yep, definitely.
I love the brother, the wild brother.
Yes,
yeah.
like the...
he was the wild boy.
Darwin.
Yeah, Darwin. Yeah, that's what it was, yeah.
Yeah, that came out in 1998.
Okay.
Okay, now the theme of our episode today, Dexter's Laboratory.
Dexter's Laboratory was in the 90s.
You looking at my sheet?
No. I can't even see it. It's across the...
Correct.
I just knew Dexter's Laboratory.
Yeah, I
was
saw
in the
those eyes
90s.
wander.
Plus, it's open up on my computer right here as we're
What?
because we're doing. This is an episode we're doing.
You know, there's a prize to this game.
Oh, is it another fortune cookie?
I'm not telling you what it is. Yeah, you got to listen to the last episode. I gave Jed a 10th episode anniversary gift, and it was a fortune cookie. I'm not going to tell you what it said. You got to listen yourself. Okay. Samurai Jack.
Ooh, the 2000s.
Correct.
Yep.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was not one. That was one I was always wished I had gotten more into. Than
I know, me
did.
too.
So
I never got into it, but it looked really cool.
yeah.
But yeah, it came out in 2001.
Yeah.
Okay. Ed, and Eddie.
Oh, ooh.
Tough one.
I love that show. I'm pretty sure it was late 90s. Yes.
Yep. 1999.
Yeah, I loved Ed and Eddie.
You'll find throughout here, 1999 was a pretty prevalent year for cartoons.
It was, yeah. A lot of good ones came out around 99.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know if you watch this one very much, but Rocket Power.
Oh, Rocket Power. I did watch it, but I'm pretty sure it was 2000s.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, wait a minute. Actually,
Was it 99?
yeah, I can't hit this button. It was 1999.
Oh, okay.
Here, wait. Here, I'm going to cut this out.
Okay.
Tell me your answer again.
2000s.
No, 1999.
Oh,
Yeah, that I was such a huge fan of that show.
I loved it too, man.
Did you know the handshake they did?
Wiggity, wiggity,
Wiggity,
wiggity,
wiggity,
wiggity,
wiggity. So great.
Yeah.
Okay, here's one that we've talked about in a previous podcast. It's Static Shock.
We talked about that in the
Did we not?
No.
It's a WB.
I remember it, but we didn't talk about it. We talked about
Oh, the one starts with a Z.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, do you have a guess?
I want to say that was the 90s. Oh,
2000.
I need to go with my gut. I keep saying
Yeah. I mean, you got a pretty good gut.
yeah, I do. It's big too.
It's
It's got
big.
a lot of knowledge in it.
That's what it is. Yeah.
My knowledge comes from my gut.
You're damn right it does. Okay, this one, I don't know if you've watched much of Invader Zim.
Oh, I loved Invader
Yeah?
Zim.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to have when I had my earrings, I had plugs. I had the dog, the robot. That's
Yes.
just I'm pretty sure that was the 90s when that came out. I would say that's a correct.
It's an incorrect. It was 2001.
Ah,
Yeah. I'm having trouble with the buttons over here.
yeah. That's fine.
Let me mark that.
I'm not doing too hot on this one.
No.
I think I'm at 50%.
No, you're above 50.
Oh, I am?
Yeah, you're above 50. Okay. Powerpuff Girls.
Oh, come on. Sugar and spice and everything. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say 90s.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. The Fairly Odd Parents.
That was 2000s.
Correct.
Yep. Got it. Okay. This one I'm not sure about because I know the answer, but did you ever watch the X-Men Evolution show?
I did not.
Okay.
I watched the
Forget
original X-Men one.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure that came out in 2000s.
Yep. You're right about that. Yep. Okay.
I remember hearing about it, but I never watched it.
Yeah. I wish I would have. It looked awesome.
Yeah.
Time Squad?
That one I don't know.
Okay. I know some of these. Okay. I know you know this one. Jimmy Neutron.
Jimmy Neutron. Oh, was that a 99er? I'm going to go 2000s.
98.
Oh, 98.
Which is kind of surprising. I would have totally guessed 2000s.
Yeah,
on that one.
well, because it was, I mean, that's like the CGI type
Yeah.
or whatever. That had just started.
More advanced animation
Yeah,
looking. Yeah. Okay, this one, we have to do a show on this at some point in time.
Okay.
Codename Kids Next Door.
Oh, I love that show. Oh, I want to say 2000s.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Lock it in?
Locking it in.
Do you want to call a friend first?
Let's call a friend. Can I call Brian?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Hey, Brian.
Hey, what's up?
Can you? I got a question. I only got like 25 seconds. I'm gonna get.
gotta
it
go,
out to you
bye.
guys. Oh.
Did your friend help you at all?
Yeah, he did.
Okay, what's your answer?
He said that I can go to hell. No, I'm gonna say 2000s.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Got it.
I loved that show.
Oh
man.
my gosh. I love they could make anything out of wood in like a split second.
Oh, yeah. And number 5, number 4, number 3. Which one was it? Was it number 2 that was the Ditz or whatever? Or was she number 4?
We'll have to beef up on that.
Yeah, we will. To do that one, definitely.
Did you watch Duck Dodgers?
I did not.
Yeah. I forget it. Okay. This one, I think you're going to get, but I got to ask you anyway. Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
Ooh. I did like that show. I want to say it was another late 90s. I'm going to go 90s.
Oh, it was 2000? It was 2004.
Wow.
Yeah. I would have gotten that one. I definitely was aware that was a mid-2000s.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Because if you think about it, Craig McCracken, who created Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, also did Powerpuff Girls. Powerpuff Girls was going on in 99.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't even think about that. Well, you know more about the artists and stuff than I do.
I'm into
I
the
just
creators.
know about the cartoons themselves usually.
Well, let me tally up your score and see if you do. Okay.
20%.
Give me a second here. 1, 2, cross the 3, carry the 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow. You know what? You actually did pass. You got 13 out of 18.
That's not bad.
And I told you there was a prize for this one.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Let me get it for you. Let me get it. Right there.
Oh!
No. It's actually not the prize.
Okay.
I flipped Jet off, by the way. I have for you, my friend, 2 tickets to see Santana in concert. Go ahead, check those out. Let me know what you think.
These are legit Santana tickets.
Okay.
But the concert already started.
It's going on right now. You better run, pal. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm going to I'll see you, I guess, next time.
You leaving?
Yeah, I'm out.
You're a big Santana
Deuces,
guy.
yeah. Actually, I want to see the Doobie Brothers. Actually, I have some friends that are going to this.
You know what? When they're in town, I'll have tickets for you.
Hey.
Day of.
Rain or shine.
Rain or shine. Well, good job, bud.
These are 4th row.
Yeah, dude.
I'm just
Oh my God, these are VIP meet
backstage passes.
Oh my gosh, good job, bud. I'm impressed, actually.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm glad I could impress you.
You always do. Kisses. Just getting creepy with you.
Yeah, that's all right. It happens more than not.
Well, hey, when we get back, we are talking about one of the all-time greatest cartoons the Cartoon Network's ever produced, and I can even say that the world has ever seen.
Yeah, I would definitely have to say it's definitely one of Cartoon Network's best ever cartoons they've done.
We're talking about Dexter's Laboratory. Do me a favor, don't go anywhere. We are the 90s guys, and we'll be right back right after this. So it's summertime, and that means a lot of people are doing projects on their homes. If you're doing anything that involves glass, you have to call my friends over at Presley's Glass. They are a wonderful, wonderful business, in business for 25 years, which doesn't happen if you're not doing great work. They're a family-owned business, and what they do is they replace all kinds of glass, windows, mirrors, shower enclosures, you name it, they do it. One thing they pride themselves on is making sure that your project is done on time and, more importantly, done right. They want to make sure that you are 100% happy with everything that happens in your project involving glass. They do everything from residential to commercial, so my friends who own buildings and different commercial complexes, make sure you give them a call. They do that kind of work too. Give them a shout at 636-257-4885 or online at presleysglass.com. Presley spelled Presley, glass.com. Again, Presley's Glass, located in the St. Louis area, doing awesome work. Give them a call, 636-257-4885. Welcome back into the 90s Guys podcast. If you've already forgotten, my name's Brian.
And I'm Jed.
And we are talking today about one of the greatest cartoons, not just to grace Cartoon Network, but to grace the world. We're talking about Dexter's Laboratory.
Yes, DD.
The Dexter had a Russian accent.
Why?
Yeah, you were pointing this out earlier.
His whole family is American.
You know what I think?
And he's Russian.
Russian spy.
But how did his mom give birth to him?
You're asking a lot of questions. So this was my pick for this episode. And as Jed mentioned earlier, I'm a huge nerd when it comes to the people who created these cartoons.
Yes, he is a huge nerd.
For the people who created these cartoons.
I stick to what I say.
Okay. So I love this creator. He is such a cool guy. His name's Genndy Tartakovsky. I believe I'm saying that right. But he created Dexter's Lab, and he had a big part in the early Cartoon Network days. He was involved in so many different shows. I'm just going to name a few. Two Stupid Dogs.
Loved it.
Loved it. Cow and Chicken.
Loved it.
Samurai Jack.
Never really got into it.
Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
Loved it.
Yes. So he was involved in so many shows.
Yeah.
And it was so appropriate when he got this show. It was early Cartoon Network. It was just when Cartoon Network was turning from Hanna-Barbera into its own kind of entity.
Yeah.
Because at first it was like the Flintstones, Jetsons, that's the kind of stuff they were playing.
Which was great.
Amazing.
I loved it when they had that.
Not taking anything away from that.
No.
But it was just this time where Cartoon Network was evolving. They had shows like Courage the Cowardly Dog, Cow and Chicken, all these really neat
Two
shows.
Stupid Dogs.
Yeah.
I love that show.
That'll be an episode coming up.
Yes, definitely.
But this guy is just a wildly talented animator. Do you have a first recollection of seeing Dexter's Lab?
Not necessarily. I mean, I remember watching it at my dad's house when we were kids, and even at that age, I noticed that his parents were American and that his sister was American, and he had an accent, and I never really got that. So I figured that all evil geniuses that had labs all had accents like that.
They do.
Okay.
That's a requirement.
Yeah, it is. To be evil.
If you're a cartoon.
Yeah. I was going to say, in general.
Yeah.
Well, you look at everything that was on around that time, everybody that was an evil genius was usually foreign. So
yes.
As a kid, I'm like, oh, I got to stay away from foreign people.
You still feel that way.
Yeah, but that's because...
We were walking down the street the other day.
Yeah.
And this guy had a Canadian shirt on.
Oh,
Jed jumped into the dumpster.
Hey, I love the Canadians.
Okay.
So...
Well, I'll tell you what. One thing about this show that's really kind of wild, and I'll bet you most Dexter's Laboratory fans don't know this little fact. It originally premiered on TNT.
Really?
On
TNT. I do remember that. I remember that, yes.
Do you?
Yeah, I do. I remember watching it for the first time on TNT. Yes.
Yeah. And it makes sense because Cartoon Network is owned by Turner Broadcasting, which also owns CNN, TNT, True TV, used to be Court TV. So they owned all these entities.
Court TV.
That was incredible. So, they just said, hey, let's give it a shot on TNT, which is kind of weird because they had a Cartoon Network, but they still wanted to give it a shot on TNT.
Yeah, which I think at that time they did have a few cartoons, though, on TNT.
Yeah.
So it wasn't
wasn't so odd.
Yeah, it wasn't so odd. But, yeah, now what TNT is pretty much just movies.
Movies, really.
Yeah, so.
Yeah. But the plot of the show, which I'm sure everybody knows, a little kid named Dexter...
Yes.
Has this unbelievably massive laboratory in his parents' 3-bedroom home.
Yeah. And it was how many levels?
Yeah.
And it was underneath the house.
1,000 feet underground.
Yeah. So.
And his sister Dee Dee was this little meddling, annoying sister, but she was kind of incredibly smart.
No, she wasn't. She was an idiot.
But the thing is, though, it was kind of...
Are we going back to the Pinky and the Brain?
Yes. She's an idiot, but she always knows how to screw him up. And also, she always knows how to get in his laboratory.
Yeah. Yeah,
right.
That's I put up so many locks and you still get in.
Yeah, but I mean,
I love Dee Dee though. She was a riot.
Yes.
So.
And even the parents always were like, they were out of the loop.
Well, and the funny thing is, I think it's supposed to take place in like the 50s because they seem like a nuclear family.
Yes.
Having that 2.5 kids, which they had Dee Dee and Dexter.
Yep.
And they dressed like they were from the 50s. And the mom was a homemaker and the dad worked at some, probably for NASA or something, the way he dressed. And the other thing I love is how clueless they were.
Yes.
About everything that went on with Dexter. Like, I watched a couple over the weekend and Dee Dee and Dexter totally destroy the house.
Right.
And dad walks in and it's just like, hello, kids. Hello, honey.
Yeah.
Hello. What? And like just didn't even faze them that there's holes in the wall and all that stuff.
Oh, who cares? It's just a house.
That's very true.
Yeah. And in that same regard, all the kids at his school and all the teachers paid no attention either. The kid's a genius, but in school he's just a nerd.
The teachers loved him because he was super intelligent,
right?
But all the other kids didn't. And then his nemesis, the other whatever nerdy kid,
the skinny tall kid,
yeah, with the big head. And then like he's got a better laboratory than Dexter and can transport and all this stuff. And Dexter's about to give up on just whatever until he falls in love with Dee Dee,
right?
And that's his kryptonite.
Yes. A beautiful woman usually is.
Yes. You know who Dee Dee reminds me a lot of?
Who?
Your wife.
My wife? Yeah, I know. I
Only
can see
your
that.
wife is intelligent.
Right. Well, she's got you fooled.
Yeah. Well, obviously she married you, so she can't be that smart.
You got beef?
You want to take this outside?
I do want to take this outside.
Well, I was a little upset about the fortune cookie incident.
On
the last show.
If you haven't listened, I gave Jed a fortune cookie, and would you like to repeat what it said?
No, because we talked about in the first segment that you need to go back and listen to find out what it says, and I'm going to hold true to that.
Okay. So I want to go back to the creator of the show.
Okay.
Guyz. This guy has done something that I have not seen a cartoonist do in recent history. So he created Dexter's Laboratory.
Yes.
And he also is part of all these other shows on Cartoon Network. But he had a huge career, and this is currently what he's doing. He is a director, a storyboard artist, and a voice actor for a lot of huge motion pictures. I'm going to name you a few.
Okay.
Iron Man 2.
Really?
The storyboard artist for that.
Oh, nice.
Isn't that impressive?
Yeah. I mean, that was not a very good movie.
Okay. It's a big movie.
It's a big movie. I mean, they could have done a lot better than they did.
Here's a I'm already messing it up. Here is a very successful movie, Hotel Transylvania.
I do love the Hotel Transylvania.
He directed that.
Did he really?
Yes.
I don't think I've seen the third one, but the first two.
Yeah, fantastic.
I loved.
Here's a massive one. Okay, creative director of Trolls.
Really?
Come on, is that impressive?
Can't stop the feeling.
Get it. Can we give him a round of applause, everybody?
Yeah.
Seriously. Come on. The guy earned it.
Thank you. I've been warming my vocal cords.
Not you.
Oh.
Not you.
Sorry.
Yeah, so I mean this guy he's leapt. I don't know what the word is.
Leapeded.
Thank you.
We'll make it up.
He's leapeded from cartoons
Leapeded. I like that.
to movies.
Leap a turd.
Ew. Wait, what was that?
It's when you leap a turd.
Oh, I don't have my sound on.
Oh, he doesn't have a sound on.
Wait, you ready? This is the sound effect I need for that crummy joke.
Yeah. Hey, that's the best laugh I've ever gotten for any of my jokes.
Oh my gosh. And one other thing that I thought was really neat about Dexter's Laboratory is he seemed to be one of the most universal characters on all of Cartoon Network. He actually had a lot of different emotions, and he was a full character. Not like, Courage, it was kind of one-dimensional.
Yeah, he was scared all the time.
Scared constantly. Yeah. But Dexter had, there was happy parts of the show, sad parts. There was parts where he acted like a kid, and then most of the time he acted like an adult.
Yeah. Oh, and then going back to that, I mean, the kid turned himself into an old man so that he could stay up and watch movies and ends up falling asleep. But that was such a kid thing to do.
Totally.
You always wished you were old so that you could stay up and watch the whatever, TV. And then now I'm like, I just want to go to bed.
Right. Can I go to bed earlier?
Yeah.
And I gotta mention this again. We talked about this for a lot of different cartoons. This series only had 4 seasons.
Really?
Yes.
Because it seemed like it was on for so long.
Isn't that weird?
I don't get. It's crazy that these cartoons. Maybe it was because we were kids.
Yeah.
But they seemed like they were on forever, like our whole childhood, even though they were only there for 4 years.
Right. And maybe that's an effect of reruns. We just always feel like, oh, it's just on.
And that very well could have been.
But I'll tell you this. I think that in all reality, you could say it had 5 seasons. Because in season 2, it actually had 39 episodes.
I was going to say, I'm looking at this now. I'm like, look at that season 2. Well, that was what? What was the other one we talked about that was like that there? Was it Pinky and the Brain?
Yeah.
Like this 3rd season had like 30 or something like that.
Yeah.
And every other one. Because look, I mean, it had first season was 13, but then the second season was 39.
Yeah.
And then 13 and 13.
See, I think what happens is at the height of their popularity, the network probably says, your season's continuing. Crank out as many as possible. We're going to cash in.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
They're in it for the cash.
So.
But yeah, it's just always so weird. We hear that these cartoons are only on for 2 seasons, 3 seasons, and they're cult classics.
And it seems, and maybe that is it. I mean, you sit there and you think over and over again how many times you even watch the same episode.
Right.
But I guess as a kid, you realize you see stuff you didn't see before, and it makes it feel like it's a new episode.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, that's crazy. 39 episodes in one season.
I know.
For a cartoon, because we talked about how long it takes them in a couple episodes ago.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous, like, to have 39 episodes. But, I mean, you think about it, it could have had more, too. I mean, it was just a clever show. I did love it. And like I said, over the last weekend, I was rewatching some Dexter's Laboratory just to get back into the phase of doing the show for you guys. And I just was like, this show is still great.
Yes.
Still great.
It's one of those that you can revisit and you're always entertained. It doesn't matter.
And that was another one that was more like you could sit and watch it with your parents and your parents would get something out of it.
Yeah.
As opposed to just being just for the kids.
Right.
Like, they thought it was funny too. So my dad used to do the voices all the time of Dexter and stuff like that. Because my dad was very good at doing different voices. So he used to do the Dexter one whenever Dexter was on and stuff like that. So that was always fun.
I heard someone was calling your dad the Mel Blanc of St. Louis.
Who's Mel Blanc?
Whoa. What? You know about Mel Blanc?
Mel B from...
No, not from America's Got Talent. Mel Blanc did all the classic Looney Tunes voices.
Oh, really?
Every single one of them. Yeah, he was wildly talented.
Well, they probably hung out then.
Probably. And in the next episode, I'm actually going to have a point for our next topic. The voice actor for the show we're going to talk about is my all-time favorite voice actor.
Really? He is a good voice. I know who you're talking about, yes.
But we're going to get into that next one. We're not going to...
We still got to you're getting ahead of yourself, Brian. Let's get back to Dexter.
Let me calm down.
And his laboratory.
I thought you had more to that.
No.
I was expecting like a little to come out. Whoa. I'm loving these sound effects.
Yeah, Brian just found the sound effect button in the last podcast and has been going nuts on him.
How do you like this one? Get it. All right, I'm done.
So, but where is Dexter's Laboratory supposed to take place, though? Like,
from my guess, it just seems like a suburb. I don't know if it has a specific location.
Okay. Because I guess it didn't really go too much into the neighborhood and stuff. It was mainly in his lab, if I remember right.
Yeah.
So, and then, or at school.
Right.
So,
and that's with most cartoons from the 90s and 2000s. It was very centralized to a certain location. Most of the scenes were in one spot for the most part. So,
but no, it definitely is on my top 10 list of cartoons from the 90s. Like I said, I love the fact that Dee Dee was a moron and would always foil his plans and just, I don't know, man. She was always out there.
Yeah.
And, everybody had a crush on her. I don't care who you were.
Absolutely. I ended up marrying her.
Yeah.
I actually created a machine. And it sucked her out of the cartoon world, and that's my wife.
Yeah. She looks, now that I think about it, she does. She looks a lot like her. That's
tall,
crazy.
skinny, and blonde.
Yep.
That's how I like them. So, yeah, we can easily say one of the greatest cartoons of all time.
Yeah. Yeah. And
born in the 90s.
Well, it goes back to, how we have siblings.
Yes.
And it's back to the sibling rivalry thing. Rivalry thing.
The
You know,
what?
I don't even make me say it again. I can't say it, Brian.
The
You
sibling
jerk.
rivalry?
Rivalry. Yeah. Rivalry.
No, it's easy to relate to.
Yeah.
I get that.
So, I mean, I know that you had a little sister named Tommy.
Correct.
And
it's now Thomas.
Thomas.
Full-grown man.
So he's a full-grown man now. No, Tommy, I love you. I just, I love
Tommy's
you.
going
I'm
to be
just joking.
bummed after he hears this.
No, Tommy knows I love him. Hey, I went and saw a concert of Tommy's.
Did you?
Remember you and I went?
Yeah.
We went to watch him play. God, kid is amazing.
Yes.
I should say young man now is amazing.
Thank you.
But I love you, Tommy. Don't take offense to this.
And I also love your Sasquatch brothers as well. I know you and your Squatchy bros are
Squatchy.
very nice.
Yes, yeah. They're very. Actually, I'm the hairiest one out of all of them. I don't know how you're gonna call them Squatchy.
It's because they're related to you.
Yeah, that's true. I'm the one that was Cro-Magnon man.
Oh, absolutely. You actually, on the way in, you were dragging your knuckles.
I was, and that's why I have a cut on one of them.
You do.
Yeah.
That's really gross.
It is. It's nasty.
Wait, can I see that cut?
The joys of working with glass.
All right. Well, I think that's going to do it for the Dexter's Laboratory conversation.
Yes.
Do you have something else to add?
No, I mean, I think we said it as much as we can.
Yeah. One of our favorite cartoons.
Yes.
If you haven't seen Dexter's Laboratory,
Go.
If you're living under a rock.
I mean, I'm sure you can find it. I mean, I watch it on I have the Sling TV, and they have it on their on-demand thing. So I'm sure that you can find it. And if you have never seen it, please go and watch it because it's fantastic.
Yep.
And give some love to Dee Dee.
Oh, hey, that's my girl. All right. Well, don't forget, you got to subscribe to us on SoundCloud and YouTube, right?
Yes.
And if you don't do that,
then you won't be able to hear our sexy voices.
Mm-hmm.
Our deep, manly voices.
That's right, We should do a whole show. You ever heard of ASMR?
No.
Okay, it's this. I'm going to show you what ASMR is.
Okay.
Hey, Jen, how are you doing today? Nice to see
Okay,
you.
no, we're done.
So also, don't forget we're on social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, at the 90s Guys with a Z.
Yep, and email us if you have any ideas for future shows, comments, whatever. We want to hear from you guys.
Yep.
And that's at the 90s Guys at gmail. Or 90s Guys podcast at gmail.com.
I knew you'd
Guys with a Z.
Jed notoriously screws up the email.
I do. But guess what? If you write to us, I will write you back. But you got to write to us first.
You got to do it.
Yeah.
And I have a note from you here about the email. You say, please send...
Would you not do this again?
Social security numbers? It's
Yes.
weird.
Yeah. And
wait,
any
there's a backside to it. Hold on 1 second. And credit card numbers. Yeah, okay.
Yep. And I will also take bank accounts if you
bank accounts?
Yeah.
Oh wait, there's a third side to this whole
a three-sided paper.
And dick pics. That's so weird.
What is up with you and the male schlong?
I'm sorry. I just make myself laugh. That's the only reason I'm here.
I think Brian is. I think you need to talk to your wife about something.
I think so. All right, guys. Well, thanks again for joining us on this crazy podcast we call the 90s Guys. We're going to be back next week with episode 12. Don't you leave us. We need you. Keep listening.
Yes, please.
And we love you.
We love you.
All right. That's going to do it for this episode. My name is Brian.
And I'm Jed.
And we will see you next time.
Waka waka.